Hey! All
Hola.
What's
right.
up? What's up? What's up? Sorry,
All
I was
right. We're going to
muted.
hit
I
the
was
maestro with some hockey action to start. Look at
filling up the
look at the
cup.
vibe
What?
engineer.
Hockey?
There we go. More hockey for the
Let's go
maestro.
wild.
Hockey?
Let's go. I'm a North Star fan.
I'm a
uh,
football fan.
Man, the North Stars left the year I moved up here. F
They
Norm
were
Green.
fucking Norm Green is right. Did you know when he brought them to Dallas? He had someone suggested they call him the South Stars, and he goes, "Why? What's the significance of that?"
Yeah,
He didn't.
exactly.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah. No fucking. Oh Jesus! Here we go. Wakey, wakey,
Yeah, that's
maestro.
because old Maestro there lives in a place where the only place you find ice is in a glass.
Well, his state's won a
Um,
lot of Stanley Cups
I
recently,
was
more than
gonna
Canada.
say, I believe the Lightning and the Panthers have both won a
Yeah.
little bit
All
recently.
right,
I
bring it
think the
on.
Panthers went back
Yeah.
Yeah, to you back. And your that's because all the retirement people that live down in your state decided, oh yeah, we want some
We call
hockey.
Because they're
we call them
Canadians.
snowbirds.
Yeah, they're from Canada. And I
Not
think
just
just about
Canada.
every Florida hockey championship beat a Canadian team in the finals. At
Listen,
least
I
four of them
can't
did.
tell you how many times in the last month that I have said fucking snowbirds on the road. At least 3 times today when I was out driving around with my wife.
I believe you.
But what do you say we talk about music?
What?
Hey, how
Oh
about
yeah,
maybe
you like
this
that?
album right
All right.
here? Dark Side of the Moon. What? Yeah.
Wow.
And why are we going to talk about that?
Well,
Not just because it's one of the greatest bands, but because it's
it
nearing a
is
thousand.
a record setting album.
Yeah, it's nearing 1,000 weeks in the Billboard 200. Right?
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
like
mean, yeah.
All time.
all time.
Yeah.
All time.
Nobody else. Nobody else.
Pink
It's like
Floyd
the
built a
best.
career on concept albums. Realistically, Pink Floyd built a career on 5 stable albums.
Well, you know what's funny is I don't even know what I was about to say. Uh, yeah, keep going.
Elephant.
I lost it. I looked down. I looked down at my phone and I lost it. Go ahead.
I
Continue.
think something
Proceed.
that always annoys me is that's overlooked in Pink Floyd is Roger Waters and Nick Mason. Is he the drummer? Or is Mason
Yes.
the keyboard player? Yeah. They are so in the groove effortlessly every time. It's not showy, it's just something that just you allows the other two room to solo, and they're never stepping on each other's toes. It's just a beautiful accompaniment that flows effortlessly.
On stage, they're not stepping on each other's toes.
Because apparently they hate each other. They don't even want to go near one another.
Well,
What
by the
up,
final
Doc?
cut,
Yeah.
they didn't even record at the same time. Like David Gilmour was going to drop his cuts at different times than Roger Waters, and Nick Mason was in there at different times. Like nobody was on the same page by the time the final cut came out,
Yeah.
which was the last album that Roger Waters did with the band. And he
Mm.
informed them that he was done, thinking that, okay, I'm done, Pink Floyd's done. And David Gilmour's like, okay, see ya. And they
Yeah.
continued on. And we got one hell of an album in '86, Momentary Lapse of Reason.
Was that the
Yeah.
one with Learning to Fly?
Yeah,
To
Learning to
Fly? Yeah.
Fly
Yeah.
was on that album. Not Another Movie. Uh, well, that one didn't have commercial success. It's just a personal favorite of mine.
Let me get the chat on here. I'll help the
Yeah.
maestro.
Quick shout out to Doc. What's up?
What's
I
up,
remember
Doc?
not. I remember not to pop her comments up this time.
The doc is in the
Cause
house.
that's right.
How do we get?
You know, I had to get an MRI on my shoulder once because, you know, I've dislocated a couple times, you know, and they put you, I mean, I'm sure all three of you have had an MRI at some point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
too many to
Were
count on
any
one
of-
hand.
So you know that they stick you in that tube and you just have to lay there for like an hour listening to this machine.
Yeah.
And it's loud, and if you get smushed in there like I did, you know, it starts to get a little warm, and it was just very uncomfortable. And me being somebody who just like wanted out, I was trying my hardest to not like hit the button like to get me out of here. And she's like, you know, we have headphones, you can listen to music. And I was like, okay. She's like, we have a really long, like, wide variety. Like, what do you want? And I was like, you have Dark Side of the Moon? She's like, yes. So I put that on, I laid down, and I listened to Dark Side of the Moon. Got through the entire thing just fine. There were a couple of times that I was a little uncomfortable and wanted to get out, but I just, like, closed my eyes and listened to the music again. Kept me mellow, kept me through it.
I never ever bring headphones when I do them. I find
No, they
so as a
provide
result
them.
when the
That you have to
machine
use
starts
theirs.
clunking, yeah, when the machine starts making all its noise, I just sort of imagine a song that goes to the rhythm, and then I obsess about that.
So, you know, you remember like those old headphones, like plastic, like the ones that they would have at like the most random places. It was almost like the material that like inflatable rafts are made out of on the inside of it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they had the long curly cord to it, whatever. It was like those.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were
Yeah, it looks like the
specific.
old telephone cord back when the old
Yeah.
landline used to exist.
Exactly. They were very specific. Like they could only use those because, you know, you can't have any metal in your pockets or on you going into the
Yeah.
machine. So, you know, it was
Gotta have a
cool
nose
to be
ring.
able to use that.
When you're an ample-sized man too,
I
it's
used to
really
be a lot
uncomfortable
bigger.
in there.
It is.
Oh yeah, I know all too well. I'm getting more comfortable in the machine, and speaking of which, welcome to the machine.
Exactly.
Boom. Here's a fun
I
fact
was about
about.
to say that, but then I had to sneeze and mute myself.
So I snuck in there, all
Yeah, you
in.
did.
Here's a little fun
Jeez.
fact about Dark Side of the Moon that you may or may not have known. Paul McCartney originally recorded his voice just talking because there's voices throughout the album in different spots.
Mhm.
They wanted normal people. They didn't want famous people. Even though McCartney did record, they didn't use any of his voice because he sounded too famous. And that's why
Yeah.
McCartney's voice never made the album.
They wanted ordinary voices.
So that's a fun little fact about Dark Side of the Moon. Also, it being a concept album for you. One of 4 or 5 that Pink Floyd basically built their fame on. So, I mean,
Oh yeah.
obviously Floyd changed after Syd Barrett lost his mind and they had to move on without him. When Roger Waters inherited the band in a sense, his style was drastically different, as you can tell. And he
Drastically better.
based everything off
Go away,
of,
Rocky. Go. Get out of here.
in a sense, his political leanings.
Yeah.
Roger Waters, being a socialist, leaned heavily into his political views. The Animals album is about socialism
Yeah.
and the evils of capitalism and such, which not for me to decide what people believe. Me personally, not a fan of the message. I'm not, but that's a whole nother story for another day. Um, the thing is, a lot of people shunned Waters because here's this guy who's made millions of dollars, who's still singing about socialist and communist concepts because that's what his father and his mother did. In a sense, they were very big activists and they were involved in the revolution of the time of his life. So, like, that's what his leanings were. And a lot of, when you listen to the messages of his work, particularly, uh, that's a lot of his message is.
So, well, yeah, I was gonna say, like, you were talking about how they shut down McCartney. Like, they also they use normal people,
Quote unquote, yes.
Abbey Road staff, roadies,
Yeah,
friends, even the doorman.
yeah.
Was it
People
recorded
that,
at Abbey Road?
I guess.
Was it recorded there?
yeah, it was recorded at Abbey Road. And as I previously brought up, Alan Parsons was the producer on this album.
Yep.
Also, it was mixed in headphones, which wasn't common back in that time. It was
Well,
pre-mixed
the
in
whole
headphones.
experience thing.
Yeah. So that's a
Really
little
ridiculous.
tidbit about this album as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dark Side of the Moon
I mean,
really pushed the envelope and pushed the evolution of what things like this can do. My Beautiful Dream.
The Green Machine.
The Green
I tell
Machine,
you,
baby.
You know, I definitely can tell a difference. You know, after you sent that, you know, those little fun facts, I was like, I thought about it and I was like, damn, like, I've listened to the album and songs, not the album straight through at least, but the songs for sure, like in the car, on the radio, a bunch of stuff like that. And then I also, you know, listened to
Dip away, Doc.
When I dip, you dip, we dip. But you know, putting the headphones on, it is entirely different. You're right. Like, I've listened to the whole album straight through on a speaker, but then I've listened to it with headphones on, and it's different.
Some
You hear all
beautiful
the subtle
stereophonic
noises.
action too. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hear all those subtle noises that you don't. with
Yeah, there's a
headphones,
lot of subtle little things that happened in Dark Side of the Moon that you don't experience unless you have it playing through a set of headphones.
Yeah.
Or you really
Yeah.
have your setup tuned very, very well, your surround sound. And of course, I'm an audiophile in the sense that I believe vinyl is always going to be the best way to deliver sound.
Yeah. I
Which,
agree.
speaking of, the fact about the clocks and time, like, that really impressed me because, you know, I do editing for a living. So to hear that he did all of those individual, like, recorded each clock individually and then added them, dubbed them all together, that kind of editing back then, holy shit, that is impressive. Because
Oh, yes, it is.
I know for me digitally, like, I would have the timeline and it would just be layer after layer after layer, these
Right.
clocks all stacked up. So
And
to try to do
when you-
that, like, he probably
In that
had to
time frame,
add,
that
like,
era,
it probably took him a long time because you'd have to add
that
one.
probably took him weeks.
Well, in
Yeah,
the
you
final
add one on
mixes back
top.
then,
You
like, they
add one
did
on top,
48 tracks.
you finish that, you export it as they did back then you add another one, and then
Yeah.
you would export it and just continue to build, like putting rubber bands on a ball.
Yeah, back
Right.
then you had all, like, that was one of the earliest albums on 48 tracks, I think. And when you're doing the final mix, you need a whole. That could either be an octopus or you need everybody in the band riding dials to have things fade in and out at the right times. And it's like a ballet between the band when you watch an album being done its
Yeah,
final mix back then. You can't just quantize
Yeah.
it and do it on a
no,
computer screen.
no,
Well,
it
and
was
this came out in '73 too, so like
Yeah,
the tech back then was just not what it is now.
no, it's
Not
still
even close.
analog.
yeah.
I mean, it took a true ear and incredible musical talent to birth what we know now as
Coming down that chimney.
arguably the best album of all time by the fact it sat in the charts for as long as it did and
Has
the success that it has. I mean, I mean, how else could
yeah,
you
no,
argue that?
it's definitely impressive. It definitely, you know, stands the test of time, and it's the fact it's always like the story and the thing was always like kind of impressed me.
I gotta grab something.
Was
Keep on here.
yeah,
Sorry.
the Claire Torrey story.
Get out of
You
here, you
know,
little monster.
the woman that auditioned and thought that they just didn't take her. Like I remember seeing that in a documentary thing I was watching about the album like years ago, and I was just like, damn, like that's crazy. Like, could you imagine being her? Okay, so for context, anybody that doesn't know, this woman was a spot, like a voice, you know, basically they just hire them for the gig. You know, they have voice, you know, people who do backup stuff in the industry.
Yeah.
And you know, they don't typically get credited in the albums, like, you know, the choir singing and You Can't Always Get What You Want, Stones. Like, you don't shoot, it was the question, you don't hear, you know, you don't see
They're just,
them
they're just
listed.
session musicians.
That's the word I was looking for. So they brought her in, thought she was being like auditioned for the part, and they told her to just let loose. So the song is Great Gig in the Sky, for those of y'all don't know,
Yeah.
or the album, check that out. And that super famous riff song, whatever you want to call it, she just went off like trying to show her range, basically. And then they were just like, okay, thank you. And that was it. Like, they paid her for the gig and she left. Like, she didn't think she got it. And then like everybody keeps talking about this album, and she starts hearing her voice on the radio from that thing, and then realizes like, holy shit, like
which
that's
which
what I
is
did that
crazy
for.
because when she does that, I did the whole Wizard of Oz sinking thing, and when she
Mm-hmm.
does that whole range thing, is when Dorothy hits her head.
Shit. Like, I know I haven't done that. I want to. Like, after hearing that you did it, I'm like, well, shit, now I got to do that. The sinking dark side. So, like, you hit play on both at the same time?
Yeah, I tried to.
Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it with headphones.
Oh, you have to
That's
do
the way
it.
you're supposed
They
to.
said after the third roar from the lion, the
Okay.
MGM lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to, after the it roars 3 times and then hit play
Yeah.
on the album.
All
Okay,
right.
here's the thing though.
Totally-
Isn't The Wizard of
totally
Oz
do that.
like a 2-hour movie or something?
No.
But it
I don't think
only, that's true. I didn't think about that. I just cut it off when the album stopped. I stopped
Okay.
watching the movie.
Makes sense.
Only
So I'm like, no way does, if you start at the third roar, no way does it make the album length and the length of the movie don't match.
It ends about the time they meet up with the Tin Man.
Okay.
what up, Pippi?
Pippi's back
You
with
must
an
have-
annoying puppy.
Pippi's back.
You must have changed
Tell
your
a
mic or
friend.
something.
Guess who's
Uh,
back? Guess who's back? Guess who's
sounds
back?
different now?
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Does Does it sound different?
It sounds better now. I just know when old Harry there was talking when you left, it was an echo.
I don't think there's an echo now.
TV's in the other room. Maybe that's why. I don't know. You're the techie. I'm just a drummer who plays the shower curtain very well. Shower curtain rod.
Well, if you're at the YMCA, that'd be a different flute you were playing.
Ooh, damn!
Boom!
Is that the voice of experience?
No, no, not my ball game.
I was
Did you guys,
responding to our comments.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Have you guys
annoying.
discussed money? The
No.
album yet? A song?
We were saving that for you.
I
Well,
do
what are
have
the-
a story about clocks, that clocks moment to go
Okay,
back
hit it.
to it real quick. So it was Christmas a couple of years ago. My nephew was still living at home and he was passed out. And I got there and I woke him up using that. That poor boy was so confused. He looked at me like, why? Why would you do that to me?
Was this
It
your
was
kid?
amazing. I was a dick for doing it. Full stop. It was worth
That's-
it.
That's something my dad would have done when he knew I'd been drinking the night before.
I'm creative.
Yeah, my mom would come in like it sure does. If she would, like, if she knew that I was out, she would always know. She admitted to me as an adult that like my room would just like reek of alcohol. Like that's how she knew. But I have a brother that's like 14 years younger than me. So whatever he would get up, she would say everybody in the house needed to get up and she would make me get up. Whether I did anything or just moved out to the couch, boom, I had to get up out of that bed and be awake. That was her punishment. And she'd go in there and open
I remember
the curtains
one
and
of the
they'd
first
get
times-
bright and hot.
One of the first punishments my dad used to give us was mowing the lawn when he knew you were hungover. So my brother was
Wasn't a
in grade
punishment,
9,
that was a
got
chore.
totally hammered. And then the next morning, he'd been barfing all night. Everyone in the house could hear it. And the next morning, Dad wakes him up at the crack of 7 a.m. and says, "You got to mow the lawn." And it's super hot already. And my brother's out there in a white T-shirt mowing the lawn, just sweating. The shirt's stuck to his body. And my dad looks at him and gets me and goes, "Look at this fucking guy. He thinks we don't know he passed out." And when my brother walks by, you can see written on his back through the white shirt stuck to his back with the water and sweat. It said, he had written in a Sharpie, "Insert cock here," with an arrow pointing down to his ass. He's like, "Oh, fucking kids."
It's
that gonna
always
get
some
us?
teenage boy stuff. It's always dick and fart jokes.
Yeah. It's better
So
than having
you're gonna-
eyebrows drawn on or something.
Are you going to explain about money
Yes.
since you got off sidetrack there?
It's an interesting song because you can tap your foot to it, and people never notice. There's something different about it, but they never understand what it is. And they think it's just a feel, but it's actually most songs are in 4/4, which is an even number, and that song is actually in 7. So when you expect it to go one more beat, but it doesn't. Like go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But most times you expect to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. That's where most bands would have placed it. But they played a killer groove in 7 that is
They
just
did.
Yeah,
a
it's
sign
not
of-
common.
It's a beautifully structured piece of art.
But it works. It worked.
Yes, yeah.
Well. And I mean,
Soundgarden did
obviously,
songs in 5, and nobody ever notices.
because they're not Pink Floyd.
That's true. But they make it like something that doesn't make you trip while you're listening to it. You just go, "Oh, this is smooth."
Yeah, but I mean, like, you don't really trip while you're listening to it. Most people just trip and listen to it.
No, yeah, okay. But I mean,
That's what I do.
if you're walking along to it, like doing a march, for example, you'd trip.
Oh,
wait
yeah,
a minute,
yeah, yeah.
right,
You meant like
left,
physical
right,
trip,
left,
not
right,
like
left, right,
mushroom trip.
and all of a sudden you
follow.
start.
I follow.
Yeah, if you're going with your hands, the second bar you're starting on a different hand. You go, oh shit, you know what's going on. So,
Don't give him
uh,
a big head.
thank you, doc. Got a diagnosis. A doc says it, so it's got to be true. I suppose. Yeah, I've tripped on a lot of things.
Solid.
Salad, like a rock.
Anyway, so what were we? So what else? What else we got? Fun facts here. I know we had a bunch, right? I gotta pull.
Who was
this
it
back
on?
up.
Helen Terry or someone Terry did the.
Oh, yeah, that's what I talked about when you were gone. No, what I wanted
sorry.
to talk about was the actual album cover,
The Prism.
like the prism. Yeah, like the thing was saying that it's not just
There's
the
multiple.
storm.
There's a deeper meaning.
Yes, unity, fragmentation, the white light spectrum, white on the back cover.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Like, yeah. And they were like, Pink Floyd's a different breed. Like, it really is. Like, they were a band that did what no other bands did. Like, nobody else really did that concept album. Nobody else really wrote an album to be listened to as the album, not just song by song. Like, nobody wanted to use Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. So we've been talking about the whole time. They wanted to use people that weren't famous. Like, they wanted the sound to be different. They wanted everything different. They didn't want their faces or name on the album. Like, they wanted it clean to be different. Like, they wanted it to be all about the album, not them.
Fun fact:
All about
when they first started performing,
experience.
they actually had such a stage show, like bright lights, and they would perform in such a way that nobody could really see them because they didn't want to be seen on stage. Because it's never been about them. The concept of the band has never been about the members of the band. It's been about the music, and
Exactly.
that's the draw for me. It's the music itself. I mean, yeah.
Like in the
Fuck.
song,
Frozen
by
again.
the
God
way, which
damn it.
one's pink?
Welcome to the
Lyric.
machine.
Yeah,
No, the lyric
start
is
up
like,
with
Oh,
by
no,
the
have a
way,
cigar.
which one's pink? Yeah, by
The
the way,
band
which
is
one's
just
pink?
fantastic. That is really what I think.
Right.
Oh, by the way, which one's pink?
Which one is pink? Uh-oh.
Hank
right,
Anderson
let's
and
get Doc.
Floyd Council. That's how they got the band name.
Yeah, it's I don't know. That's I think that what they did, the way they did it, who they were, is what set them apart from everybody else. It's what's got us sitting here talking about them tonight. It's what has gotten them to where they are almost at 1,000 weeks on that, the number one. Like, that the number one, what the number one selling book of all time is, right?
I don't.
Bible. Pink Floyd is the music version of the Bible. Like, that's basically what it is.
Well, I
Like,
think I'd rather
'cause-
listen to Pink Floyd, but that's a personal
no,
opinion.
no. I agree with you. I'm saying, like, to be on that level.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, that's putting it in that perspective, because
Yeah,
think about how many people the music has touched.
influenced.
How many
Yeah.
generations of people have, and all over the world, have heard Pink Floyd?
We're in 2026 now. That movie,
Right.
that album came out in 73.
Right. So since
53 years ago.
1973, people have been listening to this album, sharing this
Oh.
album. Like grandfathers
5
and
decades.
grandmothers are now sharing it with their grandkids.
Yeah.
And potentially because of our culture, maybe even great grandkids.
Yeah.
And you got all these new generations of high school kids eating mushrooms and jamming out to it.
A
Yeah,
lot of the
just
concept albums,
just like their parents and eventually grandparents.
grandparents, most concept albums from back then don't stand the test of time like this one. Like if you play a Yes, Tales from Topographic Oceans, kids would just look at you and go, "You're a fucking stoner, man. Like this is stupid," and it is. Yes was just wanking and telling these crazy stories that were irrelevant. Like this is a Dark Side of the Moon is a statement. It's a commentary on society in a lot of ways. The way Animals was.
Yeah, Apple's
Obviously The
my
Wall.
personal Floyd
Yeah.
album. That's my personal favorite Floyd album of all time. There's a lot in the message I do agree with. There's just I have a different route of how to go about resolving the situation. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
My friend, this is a byproduct of Pink Floyd. We went to see them in, I think it was, like 80. It was the Wall tour. And no, he wasn't with me the gig this happened. That's right. Because this gig, they were still playing Money during their set. It was like 78. And during the song Money, he was tripping on mushrooms with everyone there. And they had this sort of thing where they would have, it looked like coins falling in the background of the stage and stuff like that, and dollar bills. And he looked down and he found a nickel on the floor of the arena, and he just fucking started freaking out. He was like, "Oh fuck!" And his mind was never the same. He totally wigged out. Was telling everyone about the nickel he'd found and how he felt the music, and then he just left the stadium. We didn't see him the rest of the night, and yeah, he was never the same.
So Doc said they were in Mardi Gras, and Pink Floyd was playing in an outside arena, and they had a really cool float, and she was the queen, and Pink Floyd wanted on their float, so they came aboard, and she even has pictures to prove.
Feed me.
Sweet.
That's what's
awesome.
up, yo.
Yeah, did you
Doc, you're burying the lead.
what I want to know, Doc, is did you make them show you their tits and throw beads out? They would probably already had their shirts off, I would imagine.
Yeah, back then they were still probably around your age, Maestro. So probably still be worth looking at them without their shirt on.
Is that my cue?
No, I can turn your camera off too, not just me.
I mean, nobody wants to see Mick Jagger running around without his shirt off these days. Let's just be honest.
We don't need to see Pippi G's, Peppy C's.
Oh, where's the rim shot there, buddy?
I know. That's why I said damn.
I got blue chewed.
Eat enough of the blue chews, you'll be lactating.
Bring your milk money.
I'm sure there's a fetish on the internet for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I know how she got her doctor's degree in beadology.
Beadology.
Nice one. You guys see Roger Waters on his last tour doing interviews? Oh, he's angry at the world.
Of course he is.
Ozzy.
Yeah. He's just like, fuck. You guys don't get it. You're missing the whole message, and he was so angry that no interviewer stood a chance against him because he's so goddamn smart too.
Yeah, he is a very intelligent man.
A lot of interviewers too, they'll just look at Wikipedia and say Roger Waters, bassist for Pink Floyd, wrote The Wall, wrote this and stuff. And then when they come on to do an interview, goes, yeah, so yeah, you played in Pink Floyd, you're a bassist. And he's like, are you serious? This is the first three questions are all the first three lines on Wikipedia. And he just gets so angry at them. He's just like, what the fuck? And he just seethes with anger, but he stays for the whole interview.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the problem.
I'm
You get these
laughing at the,
20-somethings nowadays that have
Oh,
no
nice.
idea, and you put them out in the real world and say, hey, create something or
Yeah.
birth something into the world, and then you send them out to meet people that are twice as old or sometimes 2.5, maybe even 3 times as old as they are, that they don't know
I
who they
bet you
are.
do.
They have no lived experience, and then they go look at fucking Wikipedia. It's
Yeah.
like, could you maybe deep dive a little bit deeper than Wikipedia? Could you maybe
Yeah.
spend more than 2 minutes doing some fucking research? Not that hard.
I noticed like I've had a couple of comments on the videos that we've done directed at me when I post them in my stuff. And this one person came at me saying, it's pretty obvious you don't know how to play the bass. And it's like, look, so let's see you have a go at it. You pick an instrument you don't know how to play and try to do a performance of it that looks effective,
Right.
somewhat authentic. And I never get a response.
That's the whole point. I would refer back to the title of our band, the Wish. Key phrase, wish.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, for anybody that wants to comment and make some, it's always the most obvious. Like, it's never really
Yeah.
an insult or anything. It's just
Yeah.
the most obvious statement. You're not really singing. No shit.
Really?
You don't
Really,
sing.
Milli Vanilli?
Yeah.
Thanks for
Don't sing.
Thanks for outing me there. Duh.
I would
What-
appreciate
I love
and
the
respect
ones-
their comment if they looked at my flute playing and went, hey, wait a second, that's just a shower curtain rod with little black dots painted on it. Yeah, thanks for noticing.
Exactly.
You
It's
watched
like,
it.
it's like the whole point is we do this for entertainment, not only for others, also for ourselves. That's the whole point. We love music to the point that we're reliving things that I used to do in my childhood. I did this as a teenager. Now I get to do it as an adult with better toys. I mean, I can have this and a few of my other toys that you've seen in videos, and I can do things that I've never done before. Why? Because the technology exists. 2, because I have the creative ability, and 3, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
And
for
I like
somebody
number
to
3
be
the best.
like, I'm waiting for somebody to be like, that's not a real saxophone. Really? Really? No shit. Like,
That's not a real comment. We're
Shout out to
equal.
the convoy.
that's right.
Shout out to the
Whoop.
convoy from the dock. Yeah, a lot of times what I do is like the recent one where I'm playing violin. I just watch the way people bow, and they
Hold
always
on.
lean forward. And
Yeah.
obviously, I keep this hand out of the picture, and it's just like create the illusion you're feeling the music,
Right.
and
That's
no
the
one
whole
ever
point.
says that's my worst one, the violin, and no one's ever said, "Wow, you're shitty." It sort of looks flashy, and I don't know. Maybe they're just tired of me coming back with logical comments at them, but.
I never look at the comments just simply because I don't have time to waste with people that are stupid. Like,
Well,
I
you'd be
recently had a
surprised.
comment on a video
Majority of
that
them are
I was
very
on a
positive.
podcast, and some douchebag said something stupid, and it got under my skin enough for me to respond to him. And that's why I don't look at comments. Like, the reality is, he drew me to his level, and it was a waste of my time. He got what he wanted. I didn't get what I wanted.
It's yeah.
I
Mr.
keep
T.
really-
looking to the side and grinning and stuff. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
I'm-
watching
I'm
the comments
reading.
here too.
Yeah,
saw-
that's why I keep grinning and laughing.
I saw something about Mr. T.
I pity the fool.
I pity the
Hey,
fool.
he is
That's my
still
friend
there.
Thomas.
You're not
That's my
frozen.
friend Thomas.
What's
No.
up, Thomas? I pity the fool.
I thought you might have fallen asleep or something. You look like you just sat there all silent, like Weekend at Bernie's, with the glasses. Like you could have just been like sleeping behind them. Like
Who? Harry Dangler?
No.
I mean Harry Balls.
Yeah.
Harry Sack. Like that
Harry's
Beavis
there.
and Butthead episode.
I'll use that one next week.
So didn't you have?
I don't know if you guys would like it or not, but I thought it'd be like, I don't know if
No, it
we
fucking
I
sucks.
should do it. I should do it yellow. I should do it youngest to oldest or oldest to youngest. But what I did is I found the number one song for each year we were born.
Oh,
Oh, shitty.
we'll start with oldest.
All right. I'm guessing I want to hold your hand.
Let me see.
I wanna hold your hand.
For 64, it's Walk Right In, Rooftop Singers.
Walk
I'm gonna
right
guess-
in, sit right down. Come and
Yeah.
lift your head, hang on, or something like that.
Good song. I'm going to guess 77.
That was
It's going to
63?
be something off of Fleetwood Mac's Rumors.
I Wish by
Or Eagles.
Stevie Wonder.
What?
Um,
Yeah.
Really?
Wow. I would have guessed
You know,
Eagles.
there's a conspiracy theory out
It's
there
the
that said he
smile.
wasn't even blind. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm not even renting that.
Did you see when the mic stand fell during the Grammys and he caught it?
He's
No.
like Daredevil, man.
Yeah.
You know, he may have been able to see shadows. I mean, that's possible.
Well, you know, it might
Just
have
because
been a
he was
scenario.
legally blind doesn't mean that he was totally blind.
No, well, not that. I'm thinking maybe it was. You know how sometimes when like you drop something or you knock something over and you immediately reach for it,
Yeah.
like out of instinct.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just that.
You might be
Maybe
right.
he
That's
Yeah.
probably
felt
all
it
it
and
was.
he just reached for it and got lucky and caught it.
Yeah.
Anyways, keep
All
hitting
right.
us. What
Next
about
place.
what
Or
about you?
Harry, what's next?
For my year, it's La Freak.
So chic.
Yeah.
Chic.
Really?
And then, yeah. And then for 86,
Hang on a
That's What
second.
Friends Are For.
That's what friends
Um,
are
Friends
for.
are for.
The band Chic, who did La Freak, they were originally a funk heavy metal band like Living Color or
Yeah.
Bad Brains, Red Hot Chili Peppers, but they had this quirky hit, and the record company said, "Bring it on, more of it." I think it was just for disco era, and Nile Rodgers, yeah, one of the best bass players in the world.
Fun fact, the Red Hot Chili Peppers was the side project that Anthony Kiedis and Flea were in. That wasn't the main project, but yet that's the one that hit.
Yeah.
Aha!
I don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Coming
I
up in
have a
So I
March,
just-
Personal
like
beef.
this.
I think
So-
it's March, Flea is releasing his first solo disc.
So, okay, based on you doing the number one song, I looked up the number one album in 1963.
Okay.
So, in the UK, Please Please
Beatles.
Me by the Beatles was the
Ch-
dominant number
shocker.
one, spending 30 out of 56 or 52 weeks, and it didn't even start until May.
Wow.
However, the best-selling album of 1963 in the United States was a far cry from the Beatles.
Beach Boys?
It was the soundtrack to West Side Story.
Everything's getting America.
Yeah. All right.
Come on, Harry. What's your
70
opinion on West Side Story? You must have danced to that.
70
I've seen it in school. Like we had to watch it in class. There was the sharks and some other
Drake.
fake ass grand gang.
The Drakes and the Sharks or
So-
something like that.
Yeah.
So for 77, the number one
I'm
album
pretty
was
sure it's
it was
Rumors by.
Rumors. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was Rumors. It spent 29 out of 52 weeks in the top 10 or top 200, whatever, number one.
It was the soundtrack
Really?
that summer.
Yeah. Do you know what the other another number one was? The Eagles Hotel California.
Hotel California. And possibly
Yeah, I
Frampton
knew
Comes
it
Alive.
was.
Frampton
Songs
Comes
in the
Alive,
Key
maybe?
of Life, Barry Manilow. Or I mean
Oh.
Stevie Wonder, yeah.
Stevie Wonder. That's an
At
amazing
the
album.
Copacabana.
Cabana.
Barry Manilow live.
I love me some Barry
A
Manilow.
Star is Born.
Oh
soundtrack.
man, the
Wings.
I'm a fan, Lo.
What were you? 82.
79.
Oh, 79. Why am I thinking? Who's 82?
The
Anyway.
year of sex and wine.
Just sex,
Billy
please.
Joel. Billy Joel's 52nd
Check my
Street.
freak. Really?
1979. Yep.
Wow.
He only
79.
spent 1 week at number one that specific year. It was the number one bestseller.
I'm just thinking about 1979, where I was.
Our other major sellers were Breakfast in America by
Yeah, I was going to say
Supertramp,
that was the big one here.
The Long Run by Eagles,
Yup.
Little River Band was big.
Spirits Having Flown by the Bee Gees.
It's amazing the
Bad-
Eagles booted Linda
Bad
Ronstadt
Girls.
from the band.
Talking about the bad girls, Donna Summer, and
Yeah.
The Wall, Pink Floyd. Hit number one late 1979.
Yeah, that's like November, December release.
But it
I
was
always remember I think about what girl I was dating at when you say a year, who I was dating, and then I remember what kind of things they loved listening to because they loved pop songs and I lived prog rock and shit they hated. So 79, it was
So-
Marlene, and it was Supertramp all the way. Oh, Steve Martin's comedy album was big that year too.
Long way home. Take the long way home. That was Supertramp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maestro, your
So,
year.
yeah, so it's like half of it's kind of cool, but then like half of it's like disappointing.
There was some
Oh,
bad shit
Lord.
coming out in the mid-'80s.
So the best-selling album for the year was Whitney Houston, self-titled album.
What was it?
Released and Whitney Houston's self-titled album.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Greatest
It was
Love,
released
man.
in '85, but it was the number one for the year of '86. Now, the best-selling album that was released in '86, True Blue, Madonna.
Interesting. True Blue.
One
that
of
was
the
her first
other-
album, no?
one of the
second or
other
third,
notable, one of the other notable number ones of '86, Control,
Sting.
Janet Jackson. Control, Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
However, Boston's Third Stage also hit number one in '86. 5150 by Van Halen also hit number one in '86.
Oh,
And
yeah.
License to Ill by the Beastie Boys, which the
No,
first rap
sweet
album,
hell.
the first rap album to ever top the chart.
Brooklyn.
I think Sting put out his first album in '86 too. The Dream of the Blue
It
Turtles.
said other
after
high
Left
charting
Release.
albums, Heart,
U2.
Scarecrow by John Mellencamp, and Dire Straits, Brother in Arms.
Yeah, wasn't the Joshua Tree 86?
I think that was '87, but Unforgettable Fire was '85 or '86, if I'm not mistaken. And
87.
yeah,
Joshua Tree is 87.
I knew it was right in that time frame.
Yeah, 80s,
Because
80s,
we were already
mid-80s.
into coke and hookers. We were well into the coke and hooker era of it, the 80s.
Yeah, rock and roll kind of fell off. You can tell it was all about hairdos and spandex.
Yeah, it
Airbag.
was
And
it
yeah,
was glam rock. It was the hair metal. It was fucking Aquanet. It's like fucking no wonder why we don't have an ozone layer because chicks had hair that was 17 feet tall.
Yeah, blowing the hair. I remember, okay, I was born in 86, so I was a kid in the late 80s, early 90s. I remember watching my mom take hours doing her hair, just bored out of my skull, just to go to shopping to Walmart or the flea market or something like that, you know?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's a full-on
Well,
production.
we weren't really doing anything, but she would take forever. Like lots of hairspray, like the whole like bathroom and hallway near it stunk like hairspray. It was just like
We
Yeah.
use sugar water in your hair, soak it, and then like turn upside down, blow dry it, and then crunch it up into some weird shape.
I didn't know about all that.
We're
But
broke.
Some of my friends would tell me they'd go into the bathroom and at bars and shit, and they'd stand behind other chicks who were spraying their hair so they could catch a little of their spray off and they could fluff their shit up a little more. I'm just like,
Wow.
that is the most ghetto shit I've ever heard in my life. Prop.
hey, you know what? That's smart.
That's some game right there. I gotta
That's some
respect the game.
frugal penny pension shit right there.
I mean, if someone's wasting their spray, you might as well take advantage.
Yeah, don't waste. the
I'd be
spray.
huffing it back then.
Or if you're like Kitty Dukakis, you could have been drinking it.
Yeah, nice old
I know
joke.
some
Nice.
people like getting sprayed by others.
Yeah.
Oh, rim
At
shot.
the
I didn't have
YMCA.
It's fun to get out of the YMCA.
Oh boy.
It's fun what you get out of the YMCA, or what you get out
Hey
of.
man, I'm
those
not going to
people.
judge. We were talking about
boy.
Alan Parsons earlier, being the producer of Dark Side of the Wall. I always giggle about Homer
Yeah.
Simpson when he's teaching his kids about music. He says, rock and roll was really good with Grand Funk. It was perfected. Grand Funk was perfection. Then it led to stuff like Jefferson. But then there were bands like Jefferson Airplane, which became Jefferson Starship, which I think just became Starship. And then, I don't know, they became some kind of Alan Parsons type project.
Yeah,
Something like
yeah. When it was the I know which episode you're talking about. It's the one where they had like the whole
Lollapalooza.
or whatever. Yeah,
Palooza, yeah.
that's a good one. And then
Yeah.
he ends up getting shot. The cannon.
Yeah.
One Robot is like one of my top
iRobot.
10 favorite. Yeah, iRobot. Sorry, one of my top 10 favorite albums of all time.
I
that the
thought
one-
it
what
was
has- what-
hilarious.
What album has the Raven on it? Is that just the Raven, Alan Parsons?
I can't remember. I think it is, but I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah.
Going back to that, I know
Yeah.
we moved
So,
on
go
from
ahead.
The Simpsons, but in that episode, I love Peter Frampton. Like when Homer accidentally shot his pig, and he's like, "That was gonna be my grand finale," and like, I guess Homer ate his sandwich or something like that. Who ate my sandwich? Like
Yeah.
it just. Peter Frampton
Man.
is always getting pissed at him. I love that. That was so funny because they
Back in
always,
1997, I saw
Simpsons
Peter
have always
Frampton.
had the real voices.
I saw Peter Frampton at the Taste of Minnesota.
Hell yeah.
And back then, Peter Frampton, I nicknamed him Peter Frailton for a reason. That dude was, even back then, he was already looking pretty frail. He came on right after the Grand Junk Railroad.
I know.
That was a nice double
Don't go
header.
knocking Grand Funk.
Lie.
No, don't be knocking the funk, man.
Hey.
Nah, man.
Mick Farner, was that his name?
It's no disrespect. I love the music. It's just an easy one to to mix up or to throw down a funny name on the
Yeah.
Grand Junk.
My mom had a boner
Oh.
over Peter Frampton.
Oh
Because
yeah,
he came
you
alive.
showed her
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
He was
Fuck
in
it.
her. He was in you.
Shit,
Do
if
you
your
feel like-
mom rolled at me, she'd be playing whack-a-mole. It'd sound like breaking ribs.
He originally started in a band called Frampton's Camel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He liked the hump.
I thought he liked toes.
We like the pump.
Gross.
Oh,
Frampton Comes Alive, man. When that album came out, it was a double and it opened up.
yeah.
And everyone I know took the records out and hung that open album cover of him, like looking up, playing the guitar. That was like on everybody's wall back then.
Oh, yeah. Frampton's incredible. He's an incredible artist.
Yeah.
He just
Oh yeah.
I remember
Time
that
was
talk
Father
box.
Time wasn't very nice to
Yeah.
him. Is all I'm saying.
But remember the talk box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah,
Joe
wah.
Walsh.
Like
Joe
nobody
Walsh
else
did
did.
it too.
Oh, he did.
Just come away.
Yeah, Joe Walsh did it, and Life's Been Good. But you don't hear a lot of talk box. I think.
Oh yeah.
Richie
yeah, yeah,
Sambora
yeah, yeah.
did it,
Yeah, and
and Bon
Jovi.
Jovi.
Living on a
Wow,
Prayer.
wow, 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 wow.
I know it was in
Tommy used to work on the docks. Union
Yeah.
went on strike. He's down on
Living
his
on a
luck.
prayer.
It's tough. Living on a prayer.
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Not a lot of people use the talk box, though. You are right. That's a lost
it's
art.
one of those. It's one of those things that people are scared to do it because they'll say, "Oh, wow, that you're just really dating yourself by putting something like that on." You know, that's old people stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, Bon Jovi used it in another song as well. It's My Life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but did anybody else do it before Peter?
just trying to think off the
I'm
top of my
sure,
head.
but not that I can think of.
Rocky Mountain Way. Was that Joe Walsh or was that the James Gang?
No,
Joe
that's Joe Walsh, but
Yeah.
Joe Walsh was in the James Gang, but that had a solo.
yeah, but
with
he was
the
also in
talk
the
box,
Eagles. Didn't he do his Did he do his solo stuff between James Gang and Eagles or after Eagles?
I think the Rocky
thought he
Mountain
did
Way
it
came
after
out
the Eagles.
between, and then Life's Been Good came out after he was in the Eagles. So he's had a continuous
Okay.
solo, and yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, Life's Been Good and Rocky Mountain Way were both him solo.
Yeah.
Funk 49 is James Gang. And then obviously we all know Eagles.
yeah.
I like Joe Walsh.
Oh,
I do
fuck.
too.
I wish they would have used him more in the Eagles. Like, I mean, Henley's Henley, but like, I wish they would have used Joe more. Like, for lead vocals and stuff.
Yeah.
My uncle votes for him for president every year as a fill-in.
Yeah, he ran officially a couple times. He wanted to call it Washington. He was going to change the name of the capital to Washington.
Well,
I
I mean, that's
remember-
better than Vermin Supreme offering everybody a free pony, so.
I remember when he was on the Drew Carey show. You remember that shit? You remember that show? I love
Oh,
that
That's
yeah.
a good show. Lewis and
I remember when
Oswald.
He guest starred in an episode.
The other thing
Different
about when he'd run for
episodes.
president, he would always make a concession speech the night before the election.
Smart move.
Well, speaking of episodes, it's that time, gentlemen. Can you believe it's already been an hour?
May we give a usual shout out and offer of assistance?
That's right. Yep.
That's right. If you're struggling,
Yeah.
you know who to
No need-
call.
Don't call Ghostbusters, but if you want to call them, they'll probably talk to you because they're good people at Ghostbusters. But there's a crisis line usually right near you. And from my personal experience, put them in right at the top of your contacts list because
Speed dial.
while you're scrolling looking for a friend, you could already be talking to them. Until your
Yeah.
friend finally gets around to picking up.
They
Yep.
could be the
And,
difference between you being alive and you not being alive.
That's right.
Just
I've had to
you know,
use
you need
them. I'm
Yeah,
still
they-
here.
No shame in that. No shame in it. Too.
Yeah, they keep you talking, and all of a sudden you go, "God damn it! This person's like been slinging cliches at me for 10 minutes," and but I'm not on the edge of the bridge anymore. I've walked back to the mainland, and you know, it's too much of a hassle to walk back to the middle of the bridge. So fuck it, I'm just gonna keep talking to this guy or girl, and they do it for free. They're genuinely good people, and yeah,
Absolutely.
it'd be a shame not to utilize them.
That's right. If you're struggling, there's always a solution.
Because even me,
If
I've got
you
like
need
these
a friend,
these guys. I can call any one of you, but with different
time.
time zones, you know, you're not all going to pick up. But I know 988, the crisis line, they will pick
I do
up.
find it funny that we're all four of us are in different time zones.
Yeah.
Eastern,
Central.
Central.
Mountain.
Pacific,
That's right.
West
East
Coast,
side.
West Coast. Is that how you do it? I don't know. Fucking.
I'm up in Minnesota where things have gotten a little out of control in the last week or two.
Ooh, yeah.
I
don't
implore
know.
people to stay safe. I
Yeah.
really implore people to use better judgment on both
And
sides of the
respect.
fence.
Yeah, just
People,
respect the fact
Yeah.
that I live in here.
Just
the
use better
people with the
judgment, period.
weapons doing the job, the people in the streets. Let's have some accountability.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody should be dying. Nobody should be dying. This isn't a reason to die. And I'm not happy to hear in the country we live in that people are dying at the hands of the people that swore to protect us. It just doesn't register in my brain as something that's right. I can't wrap my head around it. I'm really, really sad to hear. It hurts my heart that
It
this
makes-
is what's happening in our country, let alone in the state I live in. The incident
Yeah.
that happened today happened no more than 15 minutes away from where I currently am. And to be honest with you, it's all around. I mean, it's not just in Minnesota. There's incidents
Throughout the
happening.
world. Throughout the world.
Yeah.
So listen,
Yeah.
listen. All y'all that have hate to everybody else, just shut the fuck up, put some music on, and forget
Yeah.
about whatever it is that's got you all pissed off.
Listen
And
to
go
this
Broncos.
album.
Go Broncos.
Yeah.
And it's been
That's
in the
right.
charts for as long as it has.
Woo! Donnie just went over. Donnie just hit the over.
Yeah.
Good.
What was
Go
done?
Broncos
What was
tomorrow
Dimples
night.
over?
I don't know what the
Two.
number is, but I just got
There's
notified
two.
by Vegas
4.
that the over has been decided.
I thought his over was 14 today.
I
No,
went
that
over
was a couple
14.
weeks ago.
Gentlemen, say goodbye. Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Thanks for
Love to the
listening.